SGC here, and we're back for comics time. First up, I picked up this one, The Force Awakens comic adaptation. I really dug the cover for this. I still can't find a Rey-centric poster that I can grab, so this is the closest thing I have for now, but I sort of flipped through it. It's kind of like, whatever. I mean, it is written by Chuck Wendig, the dude that adapted... No, he's writing Aftermath stuff. I think another dude wrote the novelization of the movie. But anyway, I really dug this cover, and that's why I got it. I mean, you could be like, hey, why didn't you get like the 5 previous issues? Well, because I watched the film 4 times, and I don't need to watch it again. This was done by Paolo Rivera. Dig his stuff. Next up is Island number 12. We have the Zooniverse Return, Chapter 2, done by Phil Barlow. Island 3, Part 1 by Lando. Avia, written by Alex Smith. Art by Annie Mock. The Pervert Couples, written by Michelle Perez. Art by Remy, Boydel. And Lofty, Zack, Baldus. And the cover is done by Marian Churchland. And it's edited by Brandon Graham and Emma Rios. But anyway, Zooniverse. Fun stuff. Dig where it's going with this whole courier thing, and everyone's just trying to figure out where he's going to end up and has to get what he has on his hands. And it was fun stuff, good colors, all that around. And then next up we have Island 3, Part 1. It's like an android sort of world, a lot of just empty spaces, and really dug the line work here, and just like the minimalistic stuff was just great as well. And then just interesting to see where it's going. Avia, not my style. I don't really dig this sort of art style. I mean, felt very, very indie. Not my type of thing. And storyline's sort of interesting, but not really not my cup of tea. I realize I can not like stuff in the Island, because before I felt like most of the stuff is good, but then I've been skipping like Boogie's sort of write-ups. But anyways, next up is The Pervert Couples. Interesting sort of progression of that narrative to where it ended. And love this sort of cameo by John. I think it's John. And then we got Lofty sort of artwork here. Pretty great from Baldus. Like, it's very, very stylistic. And there you have it. That is Island 12. Next up is Daredevil 13. We have... what's his face? I forgot the dude's name. Muse. Attacking the judge, and it goes nuts. And then Blind Spot. Great Blind Spot centric issue. Really dug that. And definitely hope nothing bad happens to him. But basically, it was just great to see Blind Spot taking sort of like the front and center of this issue. I really dig his character and just his getup. It's just awesome. Anyway, yeah. Can't wait to see what happens to Blind Spot in the next issue. Power Man and Iron Fist number 10. Holy crap. This issue, if you get original art for this, it's going to be expensive. Because he draws a ton of Avengers. And it's just great fun. Like, this spread, holy crap. This double splash, really crazy. I mean, if I could afford it, I would definitely want this page where all the headshots are happening. Really great. Really interesting to see... the Avengers are working with them now. I wonder what happened to Captain Marvel. Actually, I don't really care, because I probably would have found out in Civil War 2, but I didn't read that, nor do I care, now that I think about it. I mean, she's not in this splash page, but it's just great to see them working with the Avengers to figure out this whole crazy, just, algorithm that really messes up people's lives and type of thing. And then at the end, we have this new Pride dude coming in, and it's like, if I'm not familiar, then I should go pick up Runaways. If you're familiar with Runaways, you probably get more out of that. But yeah, I really dug this issue, because fun stuff. Heroes for Hire. Can't wait for the next one. Green Valley 2. I didn't realize then came a boy, as in they write stuff pertaining to the thing over here. But anyways, it's a drastic narrative change. It's 1 year later since issue 1. That's kind of intense. And then we just get to know the Motley crew, just their chemistry and all that. And then we get summoned away to fight wizards and dragons. It's going to be an epic ride. And the next issue, the wizard revealed. But seriously, this page, amazing. Wonder how he pulled it off. Like, if you buy the original art, I definitely swear this is probably gonna be white, I guess. But yeah, it was just great. And right up at the end by Giuseppe Camuncoli. I don't know. He's Italian. But this was great, giving you insight on why he's here. But yeah, overall, really dug the characters and the line work, artwork, color work, all that great stuff. So there you have it. That's it for this week's Comics Time. I hope you like what you got, because it's your own money. And as always, I'm going to stop it right there, because sad news, RX Comics has closed its doors. Like, I don't know, 2-3 weeks ago. And they had a major sale, and I really felt bad, but I couldn't stop myself, because I'm an addict. But I picked up a lot of these singles issues that I haven't been picking up just to check it out, and I'm going to review those stuff for you right now. It's a big stack, actually. Like, pretty hefty. So first off, we got Bounty number 1, Kurtis Wiebe, Mindy Lee. Interesting for sure, this sort of superhero type of futuristic thing and bounties and all that. Really different. I dig it for what it is. Would I continue? I might. I think I picked up the first 5 issues, missing issue 2, but I mean, I dig it because it's different, and I love the color that it pops, and it's just more comical and all that. I really dig more comical stuff nowadays. But yeah, Bounty number 1. Next up, I picked up Lobster Johnson, Metal Monsters of Midtown. Great as always. I picked up issue 1 and 2. Now I gotta go hunt down issue 3. But fun stuff, just fighting this monster thing, and really dig the artwork by, sorry, I'm not looking at the camera, but by Tonji Zunzik. I mean, it's just, I don't know, this world that Mike Mignola and John Arcadi created is just fun stuff, really fun stuff. Can't wait for it. So I will look forward to the next issue. Next up, Demonic number 1, Whack. This was, I saw it in the ad sections before it came out. I was like, oh, it looks interesting, but don't have spare money lying around. But I love that cover, so that's why I grabbed it. I picked up the first 5 issues, actually. So, love the sort of cop stuff, and it's just sort of messed up, and it's just whack. Definitely digging it, and it just, where's it gonna go with him being this monster and all that stuff. But, yeah. Interesting stuff. Can't wait for the next issue. Next up, Shipwreck number 1, Warren Ellis. Interesting story. Fun sort of artwork, but it is a $4 book, and I can't really afford any more of those. Definitely sad death right there. It is done by Aftershock. It's a publisher that I haven't gone reading, but yeah, it's Ellis. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. I want to continue, but maybe for cheaper money, because I'm not made of money. But I mean, definitely worth your read. It is Ellis. Maybe I'll pick up the trade when it comes out. Maybe I'll do that, actually. Maybe I'll do that. Next up, Jeff Steinberg, Champion of Earth. This was a $5 comic. I would not have bought this, but it's definitely different and too cartoony for my liking. I sort of wish it was more of this style of art, but it's more cartoony, more loose, and yeah, I mean, the storyline is interesting. I mean, the fact that he was chosen for willpower because he picked up his will while he was taking a dump to be willful that he was going to complete his dump. But anyways, I do have the second issue, so I'll check out with that. And this is the artist of My Little Pony, so that's kind of interesting. But anyway, with that said, I am curious about issue 2. Next up, we have Grant Morrison, Avatrax, Destroyer of Darkness number 1. Picked it up solely because of Grant Morrison, just to see what he's up to nowadays. Haven't read any of his stuff lately, but definitely interesting world. The whole Void and Hydra thing, and just being like, he's a super powerful being, but it's like, you must learn humbleness type of thing. But yeah, definitely looking forward to that. I mean, it is another expensive comic. So I did pick up number 2. Actually, no, this was $2. That's really weird. I don't know. Maybe I will pick up issue 3 if I can find it somewhere lying around at some store or whatever. But yeah, I look forward to issue 2. Next up is Jim Henson's The Storyteller, Giants, 1 of 4. Had a rip in it. Kind of bums me out. But whatever. Enjoyed the artwork and just the story and just to see where the giant came from type of thing. And it's like magical. Very, very fairy tale like. And I'm curious to where it's gonna go. I might pick up 2, 3, and 4, but who knows? No guarantee for that. But appreciate it. If you have checked it out, do check it out. Maybe I'll pick up the trade. Actually, I don't know. This was $4. Also picked up Thanos #1 for Lemire and Deodato's artwork. Interesting. I have no idea what's going on. But Thanos is pissed off again, and now Thanos' son wants to take care of him, and then Death is working with, what's his face? I don't remember his name. Thane? Yeah. And then Thanos is not healthy. That's all I can say, but that makes a interesting storytelling arc, as in this almighty being is dying? What? Next up, also picked up She-Wolf #1. And this was definitely very different from what I've been reading. The art style is very indie, and it's not mainstream. So that's interesting. I love sort of the over-the-top sort of like crazy visuals. And definitely the whole... Where is it? When she can start hearing the words that he's trying to say. Or what he's really saying but not saying. That was an interesting story. But overall, I feel that the story is sort of like, oh, what's so much happening that I don't really know what's going on, but that's on me. But yeah. Next up, Lake of Fire #1. This was a very, very big book, really, for $4. We'll definitely try to hunt them down, because it was really a good read. And I mean, the best debut issue to be published by Image Comics in 2016 by Comics Bulletin. But yeah, the story is great, just knights and just being misunderstood and just having to reclaim that, and then figuring out what's going to happen now when they fight these aliens. I did not know there were aliens in this, so I'm definitely intrigued. So yeah, I mean, I'm kind of dumb. I mean, there is an alien spaceship right there. I sort of didn't see that. I sort of was like, oh, that's just more a meteor type of thing. But yeah, I think I have issue 2. I don't know how to check, because I bought a whole bunch of stuff. Next up, Witchfinder City of the Dead. So this is a continuation of his previous Witchfinder series, so I don't know anything about that. But overall, definitely just from the pages of Hellboy, like, this world is just so entrancing and just so great that anything taking place in it just feels right, and it's just written well and just smart and all that, and the art's great, and it's all good stuff. So I do have all 5 issues, so I can't wait to read that. Definitely may be considering just picking up anything that takes place in pages of Hellboy, or definitely I should really finish Hellboy. That's another thought. So next up is Red Team Double Tap Center Mass, Garth Ennis. This is a continuation of Red Team, which I have not read. I was just flipping through, ooh, Garth Ennis, issue 1, check it out type of thing. And it's definitely interesting. I think I only picked up the first issue. Really makes me miss sort of the boys vibe. There's a lot of ads in this, actually. But overall, it's alright, I guess. But sort of wish... Maybe I'll pick up the trade. I don't know. Maybe I will read the trade, but I don't know. But anyway, Garth Ennis. Next up, Dead Inside #1, John R. Cudi. I think I'm just going to start picking up anything that he writes, because it's just good stuff. And it's pretty messed up art, Dead Inside. And then now this chick has just things happening. The artwork's kind of like interesting in terms of how they do the shadows. Definitely dig that. And this rogue cop is just trying to do her job and figure out what's up, and it seems like it's gonna be pretty intense. And we got like Johnson cover, so that's pretty awesome. Sorry, I'm not really looking down, so I'm gonna remind myself what I've read. So next one, The Aftermath, Big Clean #1, the Mullen brothers. I definitely could not find out if the original book was called The Aftermath or the original book was called Big Clean. So if you know, answer below, please. But definitely, I loved it. It is heavy metal. I dabbled in heavy metal once in a while, but not really. But I love just how whacked out the art is. This is like a tongue monster plant. And just everyone looks so ugly, and it's not appealing. And there's all these gruesome deaths and everything. Just really dig it. I picked up the first 4 issues. I think there's only 5 out so far, so I definitely will have to find issue 5. But definitely this was a good find. I was just like, wow, super intrigued, really loving it. I mean, the storyline is just kind of like, whatever, but like the art's just like, great. I mean, it's not that fair to say that the story is kind of whatever, but it's just an intriguing sort of story. And the ending where there's a backup of Whump Crash Kabam Slap Boing, the Aftermath short by the brothers and drawn by Kevin. So it is drawn by Kevin. Kevin is, I don't know who that is, but I seriously swear, just love his stuff. Like just all these colors and just great. I'm really betting that he colors his own stuff. But anyway, really enjoyed this one. I think out of my entire sales, this was probably one of the super surprise hits that I grabbed. But anyway, so yeah, that is it. So just a heads up, RX Comics is no longer with us. I don't know what's going to happen with that. I've been jumping around town, Golden Age, Central City. I have been meaning to compile a video where it just spotlights all comic stores in this area, at least if they sell like weeklies or monthlies, sorry, not just trade or whatever. But yeah, if they put out monthlies, I will try to at least put them in and have an address, give you the vibe that I have, good or bad type of thing. But yeah, so definitely it is sad that RX Comics closed. If you do have a local comic store, brick and mortar type of thing, do support it beyond its sale days. Like just go in, buy something that you know someone will love when it's for their birthday or type of thing, or just go in and chat and just see how the store is going. We know those stores, it's kind of it gets hard because I mean, people buy trades nowadays, but it's the monthlies that enable them to get trades. It's like if type of thing, like the artist and everybody gets the money because of the monthlies, because it's selling and we know that it's like getting popular, the trade's going to do well. But if we don't have monthlies and put out trades, there's a lot more investment type of risk factor and all that sense. So if you can afford it, you know, buy 4 or 5 monthlies. 4 or 5 monthlies, that's $20 a month. It's better than getting those, I don't know, blind boxes or those box things that are like exclusive to you guys type of thing. Comics is where it's at. I mean, it's definitely not going to be worth anything after you read it. It's the same thing for those exclusives, but I guess you could resell them. But why would you? Anyway, so I'm blabbling. So anyway, that is it. That was a good sale. Thank you guys. And also, yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. Hopefully we'll bring in more of these sell items that I got. And just to show you the world of what I read. Anyway, that is it for this week's Comics Time, and I hope you enjoyed it, because you paid for this episode. No, I lie. I meant to say your corporate comics. Okay, bye!